Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are back again with another ability draft. And this time, it's on the current patch, so we can actually watch the draft. Impressive, I know. As you can see, there's lots of really cool skills here. I like the Venge abilities. You got a really cool stun, and the Vengeance Aura. Wave of Terror can be nice too if you're making a support type build. Right next to it, we got the Chaos Knight stuff, which is really fun. If you want to do like a lifesteal carry, you got stuff coming from not only the Legion Commander but also the Lifestealer. We got a lot of stuns here, really, guys. We got Shackles, we got Burrow Strike, the Charge Greater Bash combo. Alright, so we see Greater Bash has been picked up, then Duel, 2 stuns. Searing Arrows is really nice on ranged heroes. Overwhelming odds, I probably would not have picked this early, just because of how many good stuns there are. You're going to see I went ahead and picked up Phantasm. I decided, since I'm one of the beefiest characters on the team, I figured I would go kind of a tanky Battle Sand King, the likes of which we've never seen. Caustic Finale. I see it get picked early so often. I mean, it's a decent skill, but I don't know that I would have picked it over some of the stuff that's still here, like Chaos Bolt or Feast was there. Feast on a ranged hero is really good, because you do get extra damage for Feast, guys. Up to 7.5%. So far, he's got a stun in the Caustic Finale, that's not too terrible. We've got Lifesteal, which I'm not sure if it works with the Phantasm, but we are going to get extra damage and keep ourselves alive with it at least. What this really means is that I'm going to need to focus on attack speeds. The Sand Kings is awful. We've got Laser and Searing Arrows. This is a lot of quick burst damage. If he can get some good attack speed, well, I mean, Strafe would be good for him. Anything that just gives him a bunch of attack speed, really, so that he can take more advantage of the Searing Arrows. This is a really cool support build. He's got a stun, he's got push, he's also got one of the best tower pushing abilities in the game. Tombstone, Moment of Courage. This is looking like a nice solid ganking build right now. This is pretty solid. Duel with some ways to heal. Ways to get your whole team to heal with a stun and Flesh Golem. Flesh Golem is a super underrated ult, guys. This is the only build, like, Nightmare is good. I mean, all these abilities aren't necessarily terrible, but it's a lot of mana for not a lot of damage. Well, Starstorm's not too bad, I guess. Charge into Shackle's really cool. The Vengeance Aura helps the whole team. Death Pact is going to give her some much needed health and maybe some extra damage. Crits, Decay, Rage. This guy's looking a little scary. He can hide. He can give himself tons of strength while hurting our tanks. He can also make himself magic immune. As you can see, I ended up rounding out my build with the Strafe, so I can stun guys, pop the Strafe, feast the crap out of them. Try to trap him in Phantasms if we're lucky. Fiend's Grip over here I'm really happy with. Moonlight Shadow's really fun too. Leap helps him get away after he pushes some creep waves. Nether Strike in combination with Greater Bash is amazing. They took the Empowering Haste, Sandstorm. All in all, not too bad. I'm feeling pretty good about this one. Or I should say I was feeling pretty good about this one.
Prepare for battle.
As you can see, we're going to pick up a bunch of starting strength. This could segue into an urn. It could also become like a bracer and something else. A lot of times on strength heroes that are trying not to have a rough early game or that are trying to be really aggressive in the early game. Like for instance, my Spear Breaker, I'll usually start with 2 golems. And here you can see that the Lifestealer is trying to talk some crap about Lifestealer not taking rearm with the Tombstone. But that would have been a horrible decision given that Legion doesn't have like the best mana. He would have to build straight mana items, which would completely take away from what he was doing with the rest of his build. You can see I'm backing him up in the chat right there. Now their whole team damn near comes to this rune, so I'm going to have to back off. But we got our regen, we got a bunch of starting strength, which not only gives us a nice starting health pool, it also makes our damage kind of in a better place, I should say. And this game, given that I had the Phantasm Feast combo as well as the Strafe, I kind of had it in my head I was going to build kind of a tanky, not like a hard carry, but you know, kind of like a position 2 type of deal. I'm thinking Legion Commander's probably better for. I mean, me and him are both pretty good for farming. He's really good at ganking people. I'm really good at just not dying and getting like Phantasm. I've noticed is really good for like pushing buildings, just because you get so much extra damage and you don't have to worry about how much extra that they are taking. You can see here I tried to do a creep block and ended up screwing it up horribly. But it is still going to kind of push the lane because they're going to kill this creep really fast. Well, would have. Vengeful Spirit managed to fix it. I doubt that she meant to, but it just kind of worked out like that. Delicious is auto-attacking, which I'm not a huge fan of. It's kind of screwing up the chance for either of us to get farm. But I still managed to snag a last hit there. No, I didn't. It must have been him. No, he didn't get it either. Oh, okay. There we go. Let's check out how the last hits are going so far. Their team is 2 people with 3. We have, I mean, so far, nobody's doing, like, super overly impressive. Who's their mid? Yeah, I don't know. I would have expected a couple more. And green keeps pinging way up here for some reason. I don't know what that's about. Or maybe that's just bugged out. I think that's just bugged out. Alright, cool. Looks like she was heading over to see... maybe she was going to try to get aggressive there? And by the way, her skill build here, or like her skills are really awesome, but taking the Vengeance Aura second was a horrible mistake, I think. Because the thing here is, kind of like Spirit Breaker, like the thing about Spirit Breaker is, you know, people always expect you to wait till level 6 to do anything, right? So if you can do anything before level 6, it kind of messes with people a lot of times. And that's the cool thing about my Spirit Breaker, is I know with Spirit Breaker, you need 1 level of charge, 2 levels of bash, and like you're set. You're absolutely set. And there's been tons of times where like I'll be farming the off lane, and I'll see somebody in the bottom lane get kinda low, so like I'll drop back to our tower so they don't see it, and then I'll just charge down there, and like it does cost me a little bit of early experience and maybe some farm, but at the same time we're keeping their people not only terrified of our team, but also keeping them off the map for as much as we can. So honestly here, I think if he had taken charge of darkness, he would have been a lot more of a threat, because he would, I mean, see now he can charge anywhere and then shackle somebody. And he could have done that earlier. Like he could have already gone for Delicious. Before he had gotten a chance to get all his mana back. Because as you can see, he's super low on mana. Like he's barely getting enough for skeleton walks. If she had made that jump earlier before some of his health regen came out, it would have been a lot different. This was a really poor play here. I don't know why he decided to go in and attack. I don't know if he was trying to pull them off me or if he was just trying to scare them back, but he just didn't have enough mana, or health I should say, to make that play. As you can see so far, I've got 2 kills. Their Lifestealer has 2 kills. We've got two guys that also have 1 kill. Let's go ahead and remind ourselves what Lifestealer's build was. Reality Rift is cool because it prevents people from running away. Brain Sap is probably how he's getting these kills because it's a really nice nuke early on. Empowering Haste is allowing him to keep up with people, which is good. I'm assuming he just took that last. I hope he didn't do a 1-1-1 build. Because really, if you're going to take Brain Sap, you kind of want to max that out as quickly as possible. Just 300 damage early on is nothing to scoff at.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
You can see our man here is just going ham. He dropped the tombstone. Who was the burrow? Oh, there's the burrow strike. And yeah, another burrow strike is should secure them this kill. And now he's got to try to get out of there quick. Not gonna make it, I don't think. Nope. But that was a nice double. They got a double kill. Absolutely worth it. You can see I've finished my treads now. Let's go ahead and see where people are going with items so far. It looks like he started with the Gloves of Haste and then went back for the Boots of Speed.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
It's looking like it's going to be phase boots based on this Blades of Attack. Here we've got just boots, nothing bought so far. He went ahead and grabbed himself a magic stick, which is good. Actually, it looks like he started with magic stick and tango. Maybe a salve as well. Went for early boots. Bottle Null Talisman, I have no complaints about that. He definitely needs to work on boots now. He does get bonus move speed from this, but he's also died at least once. Let's remind ourselves where he's at. He's died once. Boots are pretty big. I'm assuming that's what he's going to go ahead and pick up next. Got my treads. We've got arcanes here, which is cool. I don't know who he looks like he just died to Lifestealer, which sucks, but he is getting an item that's going to help us out. This guy is rocking no boots, which, I mean, is working for him because our team is playing kind of poorly up in this top lane. But he's got the Orb of Venom, Stout Shield, and a Morbid Mask. Yeah, I would have held off a little bit longer on the Morbid Mask, and I would have at least boots, possibly boots, and a Belt of Strength. Because that would give him just a bunch of extra... Mask of Madness Rush. So that's the thing. It does make him take 30% more damage. I want to remind everybody of that. I definitely would not rush that first. It's going to definitely hurt his mid-game, I would say, as we're probably going to see here real quick. Unless this guy is just amazing and knows exactly what he's doing, which is possible, but... Here we've got Wraithband boots. Looks like she's going for a quick Ring of Aquila. Then she'll probably finish the boots. Also with just a magic stick. This is looking like Tranquil boots to me. With a finished wand. Got no complaints about that item build at all. Looks like she's rushing power treads. Which on this build... I mean, she does get extra damage from both of these, which is cool. I can't complain about power treads. I'd say that's an alright choice. I would have either done that or arcanes, since nobody else seems to have arcanes on their team. And then here we got power treads on what I would definitely say is probably the most carry build they have, so that's definitely smart. He's pretty beefy, so he can probably skip getting the wand. As you see here, I did go ahead and just finish the Urn of Shadows. It lets me keep all the I keep all the strength. I get some mana regeneration, which is going to help, given that I have 2 spells that I'm wanting to spam a lot. As you can see, I've hit 6 and have my ult now. Level 7 will max out my Chaos Bolt. Now that I've got the Urn of Shadows, I need the attack speed now. I've got some from this, but I definitely need more. I'm going to guess Armlet? That would be the smart choice. Plus, I mean, come on. What's more badass than a... Yep, Blades of Attack seals it. That's definitely an armlet. I mean, what's more badass than than the Lord of the Sand just scooping up a armlet, strapping it on, and saying, I'm done with all the sandstorm. I'm done hiding. I'm done being a support. Today is my time to shine. And shine he will. As you can see, so far I'm just still doing really well with a 2 and 0. Bane is doing really good with 3 and 0. The Legion has really stepped it up, and I'm assuming that's because he leveled up Tombstone a couple more times. No. Going for the Bash and the Moment of Courage. Given that his damage isn't fantastic at this point, I would have left this at one point and maxed out Tombstone. Bash is nice too, but at the same time, all you're doing is slightly increasing the stun duration and the move speed as damage. When Tombstone, I mean, look at that. Zombie spawn radius goes up significantly on every single level. The Death Lust goes up significantly on every single level. Attacks to destroy goes up by at least 1 per level. Tombstone duration goes up to double by the end of it. And the health threshold goes up too. I mean, Tombstone is one of those skills that you really want to max. Because it allows, like, it's one of those ones you want to max first. Greater Bash is cool, but his percent chance to do the Greater Bash isn't going up at all, and he's not increasing his attack speed at all. It looks like he's probably going for a Desolator or a BKB maybe. I think, is there anything else of this? Maybe a Maelstrom. Maelstrom would be alright too. But yeah, honestly, I think he would have done even better than he's already doing if he had. Because look, if he had not put the extra level here, and if he had not put the extra 2 in here, Tombstone would be maxed right now. Then he could dump the rest into Greater Bash, and by that point his damage is starting to look good, and then suddenly Moment of Courage is actually looking like a decent thing to put points into. As you can see right there, Moment of Courage did not save him at all. As you can see, I'm making some good progress on my my armlet. They're kind of leaving me alone to just take towers down here, which is exactly what I want.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
More towers, more money. Because really, as soon as I get the armlet, then I can really start kind of doing some stuff. I'll have the attack speed, I'll have the bonus, what, damage? I'm pretty sure it gives bonus damage too.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Damage, attack speed, armor, and health regen, like, with the activatable on top of that, which gives you 25 strength, like, come on. Or was it 31? 31 damage, 25 strength. I mean, that's nothing to screw with. And when you've got lifesteal and strafe, you're getting some good hits there. As you can see, we went ahead and dropped the stun. I'm going to die here.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
I didn't even bother trying to trade aggro. I have no idea what happened there. Probably just I was super excited about getting the kill, and I tried to quick buy some items. I'm going to assume that that's what happened. Because I do know how to aggro switch off of towers. I'm not that dumb. It appears that I just sometimes decide not to do it. Alright, let's go through the items again. Maelstrom. Attack speed is really nice in conjunction with the Greater Bash. Slows him down so that he can keep swinging, which is nice. So even when the bashes don't proc, he still at least has a slow. He can keep up even better with phase boots as well as moving through people. He's actually buying some wards because he has a decent amount of money. He knows that he has the most money for his team, and he also knows that he has the items he needs right now. So he doesn't mind helping us out a little bit and getting a couple of wards, since some of us aren't quite as good at getting the cash yet. Like, my build's great for farming, but I need to get to a point where I can just start spamming the phantasms more to make that happen. I can go farm the jungle, but it's going to take longer than farming creep waves. Here you can see we've got the beautiful phantasm. The triple Sand King goes in for a tower kill. Ooh, huge fight mid. What's going on here? Tinker and Bane were pushing the tower. Somebody showed up. Bane, or no, who Fiend Script? Is that Tinker? Tinker Fiend Script. The wards got us a tower, so we did get a tower. We did kill Clinks, who has what I would call one of the
Dire's
weaker builds in the
bottom
game,
tower is
with the
under
exception of
attack.
Epicenter. I mean, these are all decent skills by themselves, but there's just no synergy here.
Nicely.
Like here, he can slow them in multiple ways to get as many greater bashes as possible. Like this is clearly to chase people and not let them get away. Here, we got a stun, we got push, and then we got ways to get out after you push. Like this is a nice, well thought out support build. You can see he's going for an Ags, which is going to make that even better.
Well fought.
Here we've got a nuker build. I wouldn't call this a carry, but this is definitely a nuker build. He's got a support ability here that lets us all get away or initiate, depending on what we're looking for. He's got a way to get himself out more reliably. Items, he's got the boots. I'm assuming, boots of travel and Crystallis? Yeah. Boots of travel and Crystallis is what he's working on now. He's going for crits. Crits with the flaming arrows is nice. I maybe would have got a Yule staff or something. Well, I mean, he's got the invisible, but if these guys buy any detection, he's just going to kind of melt. He doesn't have any armor. He doesn't have much health. I mean, it's working out for him so far, so he's got the benefit of the doubt. As you can see, now that I have my armlet, I'm a lot more comfortable farming jungle camps. If I had to guess next, I'm probably going to build more attack speed. I guess we'll find out. Maybe a heart, because I definitely do love the Heart of Trask. Here, it looks like he could be a Yule's, could be a Force Staff, could be an Ags. Ags is cool with this ult,
Is under attack.
and I'm pretty sure Ags also upgrades missiles. Yep. Doubles the number of missiles. So actually, Ags is really nice on this character he's built here. I wouldn't be surprised if that's what he's going for. Though, I will say, a Yule Staff to help him a little bit with his mana regen would also not be terrible. He should be using this. There's multiple people here with low mana. He can give us all mana as well as get the cooldown back up on it.
Tower has fallen. Dire's middle tower is under attack.
As you can see, since buying the Mask of Madness, his kills... Actually, he has not gotten another kill since the Mask of Madness. Because when he finished the Mask of Madness, if I recall right, he was 4-1. And now he's died 2 more times without getting anything out of it. And it's because that's 30% more damage, and he just doesn't have a whole lot to work with right now to make that worth it. I mean, his attack speed when this is on is great, and he's getting some health regen, but at the same time he's also losing a lot. You see me kind of acting ballsy here. I'm going to die, and I get dueled, which is not good. Gave him some bonus damage. But we did get the last of the tier 2 towers. So now we have not lost a single tower, and we are now pushing at their racks from all sides. So while losing 2 people there wasn't great, and we probably should have tried to get out a little bit quicker than we did, we definitely did gain a huge map advantage out of it and made a lot of space. So yeah, I'm not sure what this guy's going to do with the rest of this item build, but I definitely would have gone differently. I would have gone for armor. I would have done for lifesteal instead of Mask of Madness. I would have done a Helm of the Dom. You can build that up later into Satanic if you get stupidly farmed, and it also you can use it to stack camps with its ability. It gives, I mean, that armor is just, I think that's a big part of what's kind of screwing this guy right now. It's just that he doesn't have armor, and then he takes 30% more damage here. Rig of Aqua, looks like she's probably, I'm going to assume that's a Yasha. Power Treads, on strength isn't bad, because she has been dying. She's trying to keep herself alive. Slippers, just for the value, I guess. Probably just still has them from earlier and hasn't sold them. I find myself doing that fairly often. with GG branches. For the mediocre skill build that he has here, I really like his item choices. He's got Tranquil Boots for the health regen out of fights. He really knows that he needs mana regen. The wand, if he's using it, will help keep him alive. I'm not sure whether he's just had these charges the entire game or not, though. And, what else is he doing here? I don't know what he's... I don't know what this Robe of the Magi is going to go into. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure. He's just kind of standing around mid, though, which definitely is not a good use of his time. As you can see, Delicious popped his ult, which we used to get in here and get a double kill. Ooh, maybe even more? That was a pretty good fight for us. We got a Yasha. I'm assuming... okay, Sanj and Yasha. I definitely wouldn't have done Sanj and Yasha on this build. A BKB, maybe, to keep the shackle. And to take more use of... yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't do Sanj and Yasha on that build, though. Especially since she's not... like, I don't... yeah, she needs something more heavy than that. This guy's build's alright. He needs some more items before he can take on us, given how farmed we are. But you can see he's trying. You can see I'm building a BKB here. One of the only things... yeah. Here we got... I gotta say, I do like this one.
This will do.
I mean, just look at this. I backed him up. She comes back and still tries to talk crap. And then Legion comes back in with the counter taunt from earlier. And see, that's the thing, guys. Like, I'm not about talking mad shit for no reason. Like, I may periodically say something cheeky, you know. Like, if three guys try to jump me on Undying and I get a triple kill out of it, you're damn right I'm gonna type hi with a winky face or something, like, you know, something cheeky, something that gets the message across. Like, hey, you shouldn't dick with me again. But at the same time, like, it's just not a douche move, you know what I'm saying? But when someone's going to start talking shit like this for just no reason in the chat, I feel that you are completely entitled from that point forward to give them back exactly what they gave you. I probably should have juked up behind there, which definitely would have got me out of vision quick. But it looks like it's working out for me. I'm going to heal up the Tinker, because I see he's only got one hit left and we are being chased. He decides that that is an indication he should go back in. So I throw another heal on myself and come to back him up. He decides to just start... he's very indecisive right now. Though we do see a squishy as hell Mirana that's eating an arrow, followed by another stun. That was a beautiful kill, just start to finish. We got the double stun. I launched mine probably a second and a half too early, because I know that arrow is a super long stun. Sun duration. Oh, is it based on... oh, it's based on the distance. Okay. So it's not always 5. It can vary. I was not aware of that before. That's good news. But as you can see, the double stun followed by just some good damage was all we needed. That was an okay epicenter, but see, this is something that you see just so often, and I try my damnedest to make sure it doesn't happen when my team's on the receiving end. But one of the problems that you see just far too often is you'll have 5 enemies attacking your tier 3 tower, and you've got 4 guys with 10 seconds left on their respawn timer, and then one guy runs in by himself and dies. Now immediately, if everybody else rallies together, you're still at a 4v5 disadvantage. Now, unfortunately, what happens is one guy spawns a split second before the other guy, and he'll run in and die. And what ends up happening is people run in one at a time and feed every single hero on the team, and then they yell at people for not defending. And it flabbergasts me every time I see it. If I was quick, I should have thrown up my BKB there. That would have just been a pro move if I'd been able to get that up. As you can see, I went ahead and just murdered him anyway as soon as I did get my BKB up. Grants us a double kill and gives bonus damage to the Bane. See, and that's another thing, guys. Don't try to snipe a duel on a low health guy in a group of 4 people. Occasionally it will work, but if they're fast enough on the reaction, they'll get you stunned and then you lose the duel and you give away free damage. Bane's still hanging around here because he's playing extremely ballsy. I promise you it's the Bloodstone. That's the only reason he's acting like this.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
And we're going to take another tower. And watch this. I promise you that either Chaos Knight or the Clink's is going to come over and just...
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Oh, nope, they're just going to give it to us. But yeah, so guys, if you know that your team is about to come back and there's 5 guys attacking your tower, I mean, obviously, if you're playing Earthshaker, throw some fissures from maximum range. I'm not saying to just stand by and idly do nothing if there is something that you can do. But if you know that they've got long-range stuns and blink daggers and shit, don't walk into 5 by yourself. Let them take the tower, wait for your 4 guys to come back, and then save the barracks as a team. And you know what? Even if you lose 1 barracks, it's better than having your team feed 1 at a time and losing 2 sets of barracks. Because let's be honest, that's what usually happens. 5 guys are going to take the barracks, they get mauled, and then there's nobody left alive to stop, so they just walk around and do the same thing. I gave them a free little tree right here, as you can see. It was like our celebratory tree. As you can see, that was a really good game for us. The Legion did fantastic. I did good. I didn't really have... a blink dagger probably would have helped me get in. A stun would have definitely helped. But overall... Tinker's the only one that didn't go positive on his KDA, and he had so many assists and so much like utility around the map that I'm completely okay with that. I am 100% okay with that. Lifestealer went negative as soon as he got the Mask of Madness. Mirana, she was just too squishy and she was out of position constantly is what I was noticing. Clinks, he tried to play safe, but like he would come into the team fight and just get melted. I would definitely say that he was one of the smarter players on his team, but then again he did a really mediocre draft that I feel he could have done better. So at the same time, I mean, there's that. Vengeful Spirit, most kills on her team, and she has, I would say, the worst item build in the game. Like, honestly, I'm less upset about this crap Mask of Madness than I am about Sanj and Yasha and Power Treads on this. Like, this just... She needed more. She definitely needed more. And then the Chaos Knight, he was building a pretty solid build. I'm hoping that this was going to be a Helm of the Dom. He just was getting killed too much. He wasn't able to save up the money. If he had been more efficient with his farming, I think he actually would have been someone to be scared of. But yeah, overall, super fun game, guys. Thanks for watching. Feel free to like and comment. Let me know what you guys want to see. Like I've said a couple of times, I am looking for people to play multiplayer games with. So if you have a Steam account and a bunch of games, feel free to leave a comment or try to find me on Steam, because I am all about that. And who knows, maybe you'll end up in one of these videos and we can have some fun. Alright, peace out, guys. Thanks a lot for watching.